Hello and welcome back to Podcasting as Praxis. I'm Dave and my pronouns are he and him.
I'm Jamie, my pronouns are he.
Mine are he and him. Fuck you, Jamie.
A gang of consummate professionals.
The he stands for Hewlett Packard.
Oh, fucking hell, I'm dying.
Yeah, well, whose fault is that, motherfucker?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So anyway, how are we all?
Never been better.
Yeah, I'm he, him. How about you?
I'm regretting this is what I'm
Right.
Jamie's working his way up to bedtime migraine.
See, the thing about Jamie is he's always just about to get into bed, so he's always got the bedtime zoomies.
No, I'm good.
You must
I'm good.
imagine Sisyphus Eepy.
What if Sisyphus was perfectly trying to roll a printer up that hill?
Oh no, that's tragedy. Okay, right. Shall we fucking actually do some
His mum is
podcast?
calling him and asking, "Are you pushing it up the hill now?"
Oh, Rob, please podcast. The notes are yours.
How the fuck is this my fault? Jesus Christ.
This is your fault, it's your problem though.
You're egging it. You know. You're simply riling up the Jamies and expecting me to, like, clean up the mess.
Rustling your Jamies.
Oh man, what the fuck? You just step in a fucking time machine to 2013.
Oh, Christ.
There is no need to be upset, Alistair.
Oh, I wonder how that Coney guy's getting on.
I think the printer's back at the bottom of the hill, lads.
Well, you just let me know when you start moving it again.
Yeah, I would call that time for a fresh start.
No.
Oh, fuck me.
Anyway, what's the plan?
I don't know anymore. I'm confused and sad, but also okay with it.
I mean, I assume we're going to talk about Labour and just bring the mood right back down.
Yeah. Actually, no, fuck it. Let's not start talking about Labour. We'll do that in a bit. But I want to talk about my favourite people in the whole of the UK and how their last year has gone.
Lay it on me.
The Captain Tom Foundation, baby. I love these people.
I feel like tonight is just gonna be an episode where we just do donuts on various pricks we hate.
Yes, that is the point.
My favourite kind of episode.
Anyway, the Captain Tom Foundation had to hand in its like annual reports because it's still a quasi function. Well, it's functioning in the sense that like its main function seems to be being under investigation, but you know the doors are still open. But I'm very sad to report that they only received £3,665 last year. After, in their own words, I can't work out if this is a press release or not, but having suffered in the previous year a massive adverse impact.
I wonder what that was all about.
Yeah. No, it's just no idea. Apparently, in the words of either this press statement or whatever the fuck it is, the family of Captain Tom are actually the real people who suffer here. This is the quote from, I think, the iPaper. The family described the investigation by the charity committee as a harrowing and debilitating ordeal that has gone on for over 2 years.
Maybe they shouldn't have done all that.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have constructed an entire fucking memorial spa on your what was it? Was it on their like actual the grounds of their
on their
house?
Property? Yeah, on the back of their house.
Maybe you shouldn't have done that, and you should have done something else with that money. I don't know. Like,
okay, but if you had to build a spa, where would you build one?
I mean, I'd build it anywhere. What I would simply not do is have, like, the weird pervert couch, like, directly facing my spa. That's like... that
just
photo still
found a
sticks out at me.
charity, spend all the money on a spa, and then, like, fill it with those... I forget the name of them, but those giant fucking guinea pig things.
Capybaras.
That's those, yeah. They love a good spa.
They do. They deserve a good spa.
Yeah,
yeah, not like
then
the family of.
If
Captain
the charity
Tom.
commission, investigates that, well, they just, you know what I mean. Everyone's just going to run them out of town for being heartless monsters.
Yeah, capybaras rise up.
Yeah.
Actually, we should just replace this fucking podcast with like 5 capybaras just like grazing while the microphones are on, and we're gonna make $1 million fucking bucks.
We would be huge on TikTok, probably.
Yeah.
Finally, a growth plan I can get behind.
So apparently the Charity Commission is still not done with their investigation, which either means they're very slow or there's just like way more crimes in there than you could possibly imagine. And I hope it's the second, quite frankly.
Boy, you wouldn't believe how many you can fit in this bad boy.
But didn't they order the spa demolished? Maybe like as they were pulling it down, they found out all the cavity walls were just stuffed with money.
Lost Hitlers.
No, that wasn't the Charity Commission. That was the council, because they built the Captain Tom Memorial Spa and Onsen without planning permission, and then the neighbours complained.
Oh yeah, look, I can allow embezzlement, but I draw the line at building something without planning permission.
I mean, that will be the theme of today's episode, essentially. So yeah, that's the most British thing possible. The family, however, had some more complaints to make. Quote, "We are increasingly concerned that the Charity Commission's process may have devolved into a relentless pursuit, and we question whether it is a tactic by the Charity Commission to make our lives more difficult by suspending us in constant fear and mental anguish." The Charity Commission is metal as fuck.
If it's a fucking relentless pursuit, just stop running.
Yeah, just let them catch you.
Just relent.
"No," said Captain Tom, "I simply have to be faster than you."
They make it sound like the Charity Commission is like one of those American like agencies where that, like, for some reason the post office has a bunch of cops with like guns and like body armor and stuff.
I mean, you say for some reason, but the reason is America.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but like for some reason in the UK that would be somewhat less necessary. I feel like maybe they need like those big Roman shields, that would, like, for all the zombie knives and whatnot.
Yeah.
The Captain Tom Foundation getting really into like Roman bust Twitter for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
Being done in by the charity phalanx.
Bunch of guys from the Charity Commission with those fucking personal shields from June.
Yeah, the Captain Tom family seems to have formed a testudo. Interesting.
This is why it's going so slowly.
Yeah, you want your to be in a loose formation to reduce the impact of investigation into any one particular member.
Yeah, I did buy Skirmisher for my foundation, and it has cost me dearly. Now I'm just thinking that like the entire website of the Captain Tom Foundation, when they're describing his history, just like they keep writing Burma but with a V, and you're just like, this is really concerning me.
Yeah, get some very concerning signals from this.
A Verma shave.
Jesus Christ. So, fucking, I'm trying to move on, but I'm very stuck right now.
Should we fetch some butter?
Yeah, new on our Praxis Cast store, it's butter.
Well, there's an ice cream van outside. I'll be back in a minute.
What, are you going to get the driver to come on instead?
Yeah.
Anyway, like the baffling thing that I just thought, like, why have they simply not like wound up the foundation? Because clearly, like, this shit is not going anywhere.
You
like,
think they're
ever
going
again.
to turn down $3,500 a year for doing nothing? I don't think so.
Well, I don't understand where that money comes from, because, like, according to, like, everything I've read about it, like, they have stopped, like, all channels of, like, donations. So is the income, like, I don't know, interest or something of the money they still have left somewhere? I don't...
It's probably...
whatever, but...
Is it not from all the, all that wank fucking Captain Tom merch, essentially, that they essentially put out?
You mean the dueling gins?
The fucking gin, the biography, the like life-size body pillows, I guess, or whatever.
my Captain Tom waifu.
They should spend the money on hiring like another pensioner and training them to be the new Captain Tom.
They just throw coins at a pensioner until something sticks.
Yeah. Like Hans Mole Man just going around your garden.
It's the only way you'll stay warm this winter.
You could.
I mean, to be fair, I would have been more upset if British Airways had killed Hans Molman.
But apparently there might be an
British Airways presents man getting hit by jetliner.
Imagine
to be fair,
Scotland arresting you for making fun of Hans Moleman's death, though.
To be
Imagine
fair, I
George
would
Bush
have
getting told about the sequel.
I would have donated to like the Captain Tom Foundation had they on his last lap done the football in the groin. That would have been fucking mint.
Only if they make sure not to forget the doink.
Yeah, maybe they could get that fucking rioter that got hit by the brick.
Look, Jamie, that rioter got hit like 3 times by like the same brick. It was fucking great.
I know, it was fucking tremendous. Like, Do you think he's recovered from that, like, or did he have to
hope
be rushed to, like, emergency helmet surgery or something like that?
Oh, man. Shall we talk about some depraved landlords whilst the conversation is lolly?
We're always talking about depraved landlords. Why should today be any different?
Yeah, exactly. All right. So do you remember it was muchly in the news a couple of weeks ago? Brand new Labour MP Jas Atwell, who was the biggest landlord with the mold and the ants.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that fucking guy. And if you remember, like, he also said this wasn't actually my fault. This is like my, estate agents or whatever the fuck's fault, and I'm going to be.
I take full responsibility for this. This is why I'm blaming my estate agents or whatever the fuck it was.
Yes, exactly. So as it turns out, he's not just like a massive landlord. He is also taking advantage of the crisis in childcare in the UK. He is.
How big of a landlord can you be if you're a landlord for ants?
Maybe it's those ants from the secret levels in Red Alert.
Imagine hiring Hank Pym as your fucking estate agent, though.
Getting 10,000 micro rents from 10,000 Paul Rudds, yeah.
Although to be fair, if DreamWorks Ants with a Z has taught me anything, it's that ants understand the concept of class struggle.
So yeah, it turns out he's not just like a fucking landlord. He's also the director, or he was until last month, of a company called Village Day Nurseries. They run 3, primary or like childcare facilities in Essex and Derby, and they manage, or they have about 300 children under management under the age of 5. And this is a piece from Ben Gartside in the Eye. Quote, "I can reveal that all of these nurseries have recently been criticised by the government's education inspector Ofsted after failing to meet child safety rules, including one where there was a significant event relating to the supervision of children, and another was served a welfare requirements notice after it failed to meet child safeguarding requirements." So, not just the landlord, but also exploiting the childcare sector. The new labour intake, hooray!
You don't understand. It had to be like that. These children simply yearned too much for the mines, and we had to try and replicate that kind of environment for them.
Are you suggesting that he was like in triplicate trying to do the Ayn Rand daycare school for tots?
Maybe the thing about landlords, like, if a landlord like stops renting, the house disappears. You know what I mean? So like maybe that applies to the children involved as well.
Presumably some of the kids did disappear because they've been painted in on the wall.
Yeah. But he stops running shitty daycares and all those children just vanish.
The children of the Acorn Union, is that anything, or are we just leaving that in the dust? But he further, not just like ran a series of shitty nurseries, but also he didn't declare any income from running said shitty nurseries. But quote the iPaper again.
He was doing all this out of the goodness of his heart. What a guy!
Yeah, well, he was doing it out of the goodness of his own heart. His wife, on the other hand, quote the iPaper. Company's House records show that before he was elected an MP, his wife had received £165,000 in dividends from Village Day Nurseries since 2020 that have been paid through a company that he does own. So, it's cool. It's just...
Only the highest quality candidates for Keir Starmer's Labour.
I used to work for a guy once whose wife would come in and like fucking dust the office once a week in order to take home an equal salary to him.
Good work if you can get it.
Yeah. Oh, his kids were even better off because I think they were taking equal shares as well, and they didn't even fucking turn up once. The lazy pricks.
Some children don't earn enough for the mines.
Yeah, being a centrist is striking a balance between the two.
So yeah, like until about a month ago, i.e., you know, when all the scandals about the Ant-Infested apartment started breaking out, or at least until, you know, the journalist rang him and said, we are running with this and we have some questions for you. He was listed as, again, according to the iPaper, as a person with significant control over the nursery company, but no longer. Weirdly enough, about a month ago, that the 3 nurseries were taken over by two other companies, and those were also run by his wife and his business partner. So I assume that he has no further control or interest in any of these things, and you know is simply happy to let journalists into these places now.
I hesitate to call that
an inspired plan,
but like, you know what I mean. I'm sure no one's noticed. No, wait, we're talking about it, aren't we? Fuck.
I know we've blown this podcast has blown the gaze wide open.
Blown the gaze wide open.
No, I can't make any jokes there that will like immediately be cut. So like,
flat ants, flants.
Yeah, so whilst we're on the topic of shitty labour and... For fuck's sake! Freaking prick.
Gasp for air, like he's just come out from underneath out of a well? What is going on there?
Rob coming out of his well, the shame pod kind.
Oh, fuck's sake. Are you just...
Am I just what?
Yeah, no, I thought... So. I was just checking up on you whether or not you were fucking posting on Blue Sky again.
I could. Do you think it would help?
No.
No. Ah, man. So I'm going to try to do this fucking thing again. See if Jamie doesn't cackle his way through.
Ah! Fucking hell. Sorry, I tried to click my neck. No, I tried to click my neck and I bumped the fucking volume control on the back of the headphones against my shoulder and put you up to like 105% fucking volume. From like 40 or whatever I had of that. I fucking shit myself. Oh, you know.
Jesus Christ. Fucking...
That blew the cobwebs away.
Oh, I was looking at the recording of like the 36
Nothing but high octane action on tonight's episode of Podcasting is Practice.
Yeah. Incisive political commentary, baby.
Oh, fucking hell.
The boys have stuck their snouts into a big pile of sugar, much like actual ants.
Yeah, they're just like me for real.
First you get the sugar, then you get the listeners, then you get the power.
Oh.
This is going to be a 10-minute fucking episode with like a million bonus clips attached if we keep going like that.
We're gonna give that fucking cut article read a run for its fucking money with the bonus content on this one.
Oh, I think this is all gold, to be honest. Like,
fucking
put it out as is.
Praxis cast, motherfucker. Yeah, for mere £5 a month, you can get the real political analysis, which is hidden behind the paywall. And also bananas.
Yeah, we're just pretending to be a bunch of chuckling fuckwits.
Oh. Sick. I was so close to moving us on, and then Alistair called me a chuckling fuckwit, and I'm stuck again.
Do we want to start over? Just clap on the minute.
Fuck off. All this because you cricked your neck, Jamie. All right. We can do this.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, David got held up. No, keep rolling. I've got my notes. One take and we're out. Hi, you're listening to a free episode of Podcasting is Praxis. But did you know that Kurosawa was 51 when Yojimbo was released, widely hailed... Sorry, unrelated. But did you know that we also do premium episodes? That's right. Each month, the CIA was backing death squads in a... No. It's fine, we'll fix it in post. Each month we post exclusive episodes on our Patreon, which you can join at patreon.com/praxiscast. Joining our Patreon also gets you access to our Discord, where you can find bonus clips and unzip the optional physics files into your Skyrim data hang on. Where there are bonus clips, and you can... Wait, David, it's fine, I'm nearly done.
Anyway, speaking of fucking, corrupt half-wit politicians, shall we... I was genuinely, I was off last week, as you may have noticed. I was having a lovely week up the big mountain, and I was, I didn't pay much attention to muchness, and it was bliss, essentially. And then on the day I was coming down the mountain, all the, labor accepting free shit.
Like a crab in so many buckets.
Yes.
Yeah. Coming down the mountain, nodding at a guy pushing a printer the other way.
But yeah, I was coming down the mountain, and all I heard was that corporations wanting to just give you things for no reason is cool and good, actually, and it's a normal part of the political process. So yeah, I know there's
two of us.
Jesus fucking Christ.
How long were you cooking that one up for, Jamie?
I thought I'd wait until he got started before I dropped it.
Fucking prick.
So much like all of us on here, this fucking
Gifting
stuff has broken the brains of every single fucking Starmer Outrider that there is, and it's been very, very, very funny.
It has been very fucking amusing. Yeah. Anyway, so the brief definition of
gifting
in the form of gifts and treats is there's several definitions. The first one, it's all normal and cool and good because it's simply always been this way, and we've just always been corrupt, and this is fine. The second was, it's not actually
gifting,
unlike with the Tories, because we brought it down in the big
gifts
.xls spreadsheet, so it's all cool.
Oh,
and the
that's
third
the old
one is
format. I wouldn't save it in that format, but anyway.
And the third one is actually it's part of the MP's business to meet people who matter, and the only way you meet the people who really matter in this country is if you accept their
gifts.
Yeah.
You're missing the fourth one, and it's good to accept gifts of
gifts
because the Prime Minister and his wife and the cabinet and all the rest of them need to look their best for Britain.
Yes.
And you wouldn't want,
of course.
You wouldn't
Yeah,
want them
that is-
spending taxpayer money on like a fucking little hat with a propeller on the top or whatever the fuck it is you wear in your spare time.
Trousers larger than you could even conceive, Jamie.
So yeah, there was a piece in the Sunday Telegraph that Labour, like just the Labour cabinet, basically have taken over £750,000 in donation and over £90,000 in like material gifts since the beginning of this year, which is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Including such, notable highlights as tickets to see Taylor Swift, Bruce Springsteen, and Kylie Minogue, all of which I'm sure. But we'll get on to why they had to. You know what? I thought long and hard as to whether or not I was really going to replace all references to Taylor Swift with the Wiggles, but then, I decided that I had, that I have a code of Bushido that I must live up to.
You fool. The only code we should be adhering to on this podcast is the code of good comedy.
Yeah, one day we'll adhere to it.
Yeah. I did say should.
Yeah.
Fuck you, live by Hammurabi, die by Hammurabi. That's my motto.
Yeah, that's why all the podcast notes are written in stone.
Because we can't print them off.
Yeah, still waiting on that printer.
Anyway, if you subscribe on patreon.com/praxiscast, you get Lydia B tablets sent directly to your house with the bonus episodes on them.
Oh boy, it's new wax cylinder day.
I love to listen to my podcast on my good old phonograph.
Exactly. What is Watson? Come here, please. But the first podcast.
Wax Cylinder Day was when that riot I got hit by the brick.
Oh.
Anyway, some brief highlights of people who were not, I repeat, not
Gifted.
but simply did things for their official functions. I thought, David, since you're here, a little tiny bit of Scott Paul up front of Scott Lab, Anna Sarwar and Ian Murray were treated to free seats at a Liverpool football game. And because they were the guests of Salmon Scotland, which is the
Scotland.
Yeah, but they were the guests of Salmon Scotland, which is the salmon farming lobby.
Oh, okay.
Just because they're such swell guys.
Yeah, well, they fucking bullied into going to a Partick fucking Thistle game. Fuck them. That's the best they deserve.
I mean, they explained why they went. They said that farmed salmon is an important part of the Scottish economy, and therefore they had, to talk about tourism in Scotland with these people at a football game in Liverpool.
Well, presumably you couldn't do it at a Rangers game because all you'd hear is the sash. So
someone needs to do like a double blind study on the minimum level of
Gifts
you can give to a Labour MP in order to affect policy change. Like how many Tic Tacs does it require to change to have the format of some text on a bill change slightly?
Yeah, that's what I call a fisherman's friend.
But yeah, I reckon that for like the price of a fucking Tesco value meal, if we split it between all the MPs, we could get like a podcasting is praxis like tax reversal or something. That like the Treasury has to pay us $5 billion a year for really nebulous reasons. But yeah, like in terms of Scott Paul, those two were not the only ones. Salmon Scotland really gets a fucking round because the SNP Rural Affairs Secretary got multiple tickets to different rugby matches, and the Tory leader Douglas Ross got to attend the Golf Open tournament, all courtesy of fucking Salmon Scotland.
Fuck's sake.
Why? I mean, well, I have a theory about why they're all so fucking low rep, but like we'll get onto that in a bit. Another fucking highlight that I thought was, and sticking to my code here, Darren Jones, the new chief secretary to the Treasury, got £3,500 worth of 4 tickets to see Taylor Swift, and he. You will not break me.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. He simply took them and explained it. No, he simply explained himself on one of the many, I don't know, instances on TV when asked about such things. And he simply said, look, I haven't seen my children much during election season. Quote, I thought it was a real nice treat for them. I confess I'm not much of a fan. He simply, quote, had an evening free in London and just, decided to take $3.5 grand worth of Taylor Swift tickets. As you do, which
I've just seen on Twitter as we've been discussing this, that another Labour MP has been given Taylor Swift tickets. MP Chris Ward from Brighton. So it's like so many of them. What is it about fucking Taylor Swift?
I think now she's
really fucking good.
Pop.
She's technically, yeah. She's getting press ganged into Cool Britannia too.
Oh yeah, no, I can tell you why he got them. He's the private secretary to Keir Starmer, so like he's his little understudy. That's why, of course, he got tickets.
Oh.
Yeah, of course. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, so like I can't speak to.
This is why you want to have your MPs standing close by, so that the
Gifts
can be distributed amongst more of them.
So apparently, I mean, I can't speak to who gave Chris Ward those tickets, but what I can tell you, because I had a look at his declaration of interest, Darren Jones got them from the Football Association, from the FA. And I was like, well, that's a nice present, $3.5 grand worth. And, I'm sure that all of this, this largesse has nothing to do with the fact that, like, a couple of weeks ago during the King's speech, the new government said they would reintroduce the Football Governance Bill, which will create a new regulator for the UK professional football sector. So, I think
it has been absolutely infuriating seeing, like, the most deliberately obtuse pricks online asking, why Keir Starmer has to and so on have to receive these free gifts of like nearly 10 grand's worth of football tickets or whatever is at least in Keir Starmer's case, because of the potential cost to the taxpayer and reasons.
I wrote a long list of all the different excuses, Alistair. Like we'll get onto that because they're all amazing in like the
hold fire. Then.
Yeah, so like it. But in terms of Darren Jones, like, look, everybody's focusing on the Taylor Swift ticket, which is like a fairly sort of high visibility. Everybody can understand like the low level corruption that's like going on there. But it is only small beer in comparison to the over £75,000 he's gotten in not in cash but in like staff support. 2 big consultancy firms, Baringa and Arup, A-R-U-P, Arup, are Bazinga and Arup.
Arup's lovely.
It sounds like someone's been watching fucking The Big Bang Theory but accidentally had too much of their drink at the same time.
They're like 2 big consultancy firms, mainly in like I think the building industry, and they just between them gave like they seconded some of their own staff to his office.
How much consultancy do you need as a builder? Surely it's a solved problem by now. You put bricks on top of each other. It's not rocket science.
I didn't realise we had someone from Barrett Homes here.
Yeah. How much staff of Barrett Homes have you got seconded to you, Jamie? Have you put it on the podcast register?
Yeah, my job at Barrett Homes is to print out the giant like booklet of Lego instructions they use to make the houses.
Yeah, my job is to account for all the leftover pieces.
Yeah. It's supposed to be insulation.
So
Cold tax write-offs.
the other one who got who explained herself, I thought really well, was the current
That's why all the
education
houses
secretary.
are subsiding. It's because they forget to put the base plate down.
But yeah, Bridget Phillipson, I thought, did an amazing job explaining why she got £14,000 from Wahid Ali, the Labour donor. She didn't get them, and I want to be really clear about that. Not for organising her own 40th birthday party, because that was just with family and the eggs and pizza. She did, however, organise 2 parties around her 40th birthday, which is very different, technically. And she, and this is the most baffling thing to me, she hosted 2 parties and then invited a bunch of lobbyists to come. So she paid for the lobbyists.
Yeah.
That sounds, honest to God.
How
the most
insufferable
fucked vibes
are
of a
you?
party I've ever heard.
Yeah, how insufferable must you be if even the lobbyists are like, nah, not fucking hanging out with Bridget. But like I said, she assured me and I think everybody that this was all simply straightforwardly in a professional context. They just had some drinks with her senior members of her staff and a bunch of lobbyists, and I assume that the door, had we wanted to come, would have been wide open for us and maybe some actual teachers or something.
I thought Bridget Phillipson also got some tickets for Taylor Swift as well.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
She couldn't turn them down because her kids wanted to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, she was actually one who threw her children in front of the bus and said, I didn't want to accept them, but my children made me accept, the
Gifts.
Sadly, Taylor Swift and the Wiggles were on board the bus at the time.
Rachel
It's all
Reeves,
fun
by the way,
and games until Bridget Phillipson's kids get arrested for fucking corruption. Turns out they've been fucking funneling money to the private water industry or something.
To be fair, not the first time, because if I remember it correctly, when
kids have done this before.
Yes, we can exclusively reveal.
We need a podcasting's practice breaking sound, except it's not fucking clipping noise from Half-Life 2. I'm hearing on the newswire.
No, I was just briefly remembering that years and years ago now, but Jackie Smith, she of the water company lobbying, back when she had that scandal when she was declaring porn movies on expenses, also briefly first tried to blame her children and then her husband for the porn movies that were, placed on.
Wait, hang on a minute. Hang on. No, wasn't that Angela Smith?
No, it was Jackie Smith. No, Angela Smith.
No, I know that
you're
wasn't
right.
porn.
Angela Smith is the water one. Jackie Smith is the... Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Was Angela Smith also the one with It's in Your Hand, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I don't understand why we keep fucking remembering this. No, that wasn't. It was... whatever. Write in if you remember who the fuck that was. I'm getting out of this cul-de-sac.
I want you to join in. Can you just look at your hands, please?
Never remove a drop.
Yeah, look at your hands, and you will find Taylor Swift tickets. Hand them to me.
You made it sound like they're getting bribed by stage magicians.
Hold out your hands.
Sisyphus has arrived.
Darren Jones revealing that the printer was on stage all along. Yeah, and Angela Rayner, the working class champion of the working man, was also at it. She got to stay for free at Wahid Ali's New York flat. She said, I did declare it, but I didn't actually need to. I just wanted to because I'm such
that was-
a stand-up person.
That was
I didn't need to because it was
extremely big
just
of
a
her.
Yeah.
It was
that
a
the holiday
personal
that
holiday.
she was really salty about people complaining over?
No, that was the
I'm not
one where
allowed
she
to
went to
have holidays.
Ibiza. Yeah.
Oh, was that the DJ set? Well, I assumed that was like paid work.
But yeah, so when asked
Saw her
about
with
questions
headphones
about...
on and just assumed she was doing weddings now.
Headlining with Oasis at fucking Glastonbury, yeah. Congratulating Mavis on her upcoming nuptials. Anyway, she proceeded to explain that like donations were essentially like running, were just necessary to running any kind of political office. So I assume that, because she got given the free run of a holiday let, there's like a Labour presence in New York that we really need to be,
that surely doesn't stand up to even the mildest of scrutiny.
Well, see, this is the whole thing. They are encountering for the first time a very mild level of scrutiny,
Unless they're like she's over there on a fact finding mission because we're finally going to get bodegas over here.
Oh god, then we have to like
Didn't
suffer
find
through
any
like
facts,
bodega.
but she did find Sam Tarry.
Oh yeah, her boyfriend at the time who was just randomly there, and they stayed in the same apartment, but it wasn't planned at all.
No.
According to the BBC quote. According to the BBC quote, Rayner added that she did not go to New York with Sam Terry, but she did meet up with him there, which I'm sure was just uncoordinated. You bump into each other, boyfriend girlfriend, and you say, "Hey, I'm staying in this free place," and then your boyfriend goes, "Wow, I didn't know about that."
What a coincidence! Me too.
Imagine getting off the plane in New York and like seeing fucking Sam Tarry just rising out of the sea like Godzilla coming towards you. I assume that's how he arrived there.
I thought that was the ending of Love Actually with that Hugh Grant monologue. Somebody's going to find that funny. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Rob, what you need to do is need to power through and just let
We'll get a letter from Richard. Yeah. We'll get a letter of thanks from Richard Curtis.
And then, of course, the man of the hour himself, the most freebeat man in Parliament by a fucking long shot. The suits, the glasses, almost £37,000 for private office costs and accommodation during the election, according to the Telegraph. People just love paying for his hotel rooms. It's presumably so he can work on his comedy set, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, he's already workshopped one joke into his fucking speech to Labour Party conference today.
Yeah, the fucking.
To be fair, on this one, it was better. It was a better joke. Like, it's comedy is couched in reality, and someone saying that they wish. Yeah, that's funny.
Glad we finally discovered the true secret of comedy.
Yep.
Of course, one of the main things was remains like the
timing.
Bullshit around like why he has to sit in the fucking. I can't even remember whose box it is, but like the private box, so I could keep watching his fucking Arsenal games.
Yeah.
But apparently also, like, he just went to, like, some fucking... that was it. He went to, like, the weekend after all this started coming out. Like, he went to a Tottenham game.
I sure am getting annoyed at all of this heat that I'm getting for taking all these freebies. Oh, if only there was something I could do to go and calm down a bit. I know, I've just got just the thing.
Yeah, and apparently one of the people that he was there with, because like I can't remember, I think it was the Mail or something that got pictures of it, and like he was there with David Lammy, and one of the other guys in the box was one of the lobbyists who was trying to organize. You remember? It was like 2 or 3 years ago, the Super League, when they like tried to make like
that thing, the thing that like every single person who gives anything more than like a single shit about football was like, this sounds awful.
Yeah, so like, but he was just there, just for hanging out, and just because like he made a whole sick.
They got out of the fucking limo to go to that box, and he was just rising out of the Thames like Godzilla.
Yeah, that's why they had to deselect Santari, because it would have stolen Keir Starmer's thunder.
But yeah, but just on this topic alone, this whole defense of him, no, look, I'm just a big Arsenal fan, and I want to keep going because it's so important to me. It's like, you're no longer an ordinary person. You're the fucking Prime Minister of the UK. If going to these fucking games is so important to you, if you must be there to cheer on, I don't know, whoever is on that fucking team, it's then fucking resign.
Whoever's
it's not
on the
a
Arsenal
normal
team,
thing.
whoever they are.
Yeah. One of that crowd.
I mean, there's several layers to this. One, why couldn't he have paid for it himself? Two,
But
why
the thing is, wasn't he just before the election talking about how he just renewed his season ticket?
Yeah, he bought
New
new season tickets. Yeah,
yeah.
And two,
it's almost as if the man's a big sack of lying shit.
Oh yeah. I mean, obviously, Rishi Sunak was in the stands. I can't remember what team it is because football is just unknowable to me. He at the time Prime Minister in the crowd, and
it was the London Sports Ball 11.
Exactly, and and fucking Jeremy Corbyn in the stands, the same fucking team when he was Labour leader.
Yeah.
Fucking risible on every level.
Yeah, but
when he was Labour
Starmer's
leader
built
and the
different.
entire media had spent fucking years making him a fucking monster that the public should eviscerate on fucking sight or whatever, and he was still turning up at the fucking football as if
terrorist attacks that were intended to be aimed at Jeremy Corbyn and Sadiq Khan instead being directed at other unfortunate people who were in that location.
Soldiers
at the time.
being filmed shooting pictures of Jeremy Corbyn, and he just sat in the fucking stands.
Yeah, he's still around. He's fine.
Yeah.
Just go to the football like a fucking normal person, or shut the fuck up.
Or don't fucking go. You're the Prime Minister. I keep harping on about this. You wanted this. If this is what you have to take the whole bag.
No,
you can't just be like...
Rob, he wanted the free box. That's what he wanted. That's it. He wanted the freebies. He wanted the clothes. He wanted the glasses. He wanted all of that shit. He was not much different when he was head of the DPP and all that. Requiring a chauffeur to take him to work every morning and so on. This is
driving to the lift and back.
Yeah, I mean,
to be
one
fair,
of those little fucking pedal cars you buy for toddlers.
A little yellow roof over him. No, but it is safer for everyone if someone else drives Starmer around. We know this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was not the only one. His wife also got in on the act by getting a whole bunch of clothes for free from the same donor, Wahid Ali. And also
I don't want to do you know what I mean? Say a bunch of libelous shit that's definitely going to get cut, but.
Yeah, we saw you from across the private box and we just wanted to say hello. It's fine. Just do that.
We saw you from across the dispatch box and we'd like you to join our party.
We were fans of your incredible public speaking. You know what I realised today? I heard a fucking bit of that dipshit on the radio, and I realised he has the exact fucking public speaking persona as. Have you ever been to a funeral where the vicar is really young and didn't know the person who died, and is just really unsurely stumbling their way through facts about someone they've never met's life? That's the exact fucking tone and cadence that Keir Starmer has. It's impossible not to think of fucking shitty churches when you hear him fucking talking in public.
Yeah, very funereal.
Yeah.
And annoying.
I come not to bury Britain, but to praise it. Yeah. Yeah. Starmer's wife, by the way, apart from the clothes, also got not one but two sets of tickets to see fucking Taylor Swift, and just for completion's sake, Wes Streeting also got them. Bridget Phillipson got them. Lisa Nandy got them. Jaron Jones already. Yeah. And also, I forgot to mention this earlier, but as part of his defense as to why he, accepted free tickets from the Football Association, Darren Jones also said that attending Taylor Swift was a cultural moment, which, makes it fine for a sitting Labour minister to be there.
I'll tell you what I did find...
I want to know, though, what does Taylor Swift want from the government that she's handing all these tickets?
I tell you what is good though was on the 20th of September there was a
imagine if they gave her a rail franchise.
Swift Rail would be like an absolute just a challenge to all the gods.
Well, HS2's not coming back, so yeah.
But yeah, there was that announcement on the 20th of September where Keir Starmer, Angela Rayner, neither Keir Starmer, Angela Rayner, nor Rachel Reeves will accept future donations to pay for clothes, and that was it. Yep.
Yeah.
All the other stuff though, hell yeah, get your snout back in the trough.
Well, I mean, this is an excellent job. So I wrote. There were an endless series of excuses, some similar to the others, but I wrote down a whole bunch just to see which one of them you like best and you find the most credible. First up, I have Lisa Nandy saying, "Well, simply all MPs take donations and gifts, but the reason that's good actually this time is Labour's writing them down on the big spreadsheet, so it's good."
Yeah, why? What, Lisa? Why are you writing them down again?
So we know whether they're woke or not.
Yeah, you need to write it down twice. Once in the book of registered interests, and once in the list of woke video games. Yeah, Lisa, is it because you write it down in the book to make it okay, or is it you write it down in the book so that people can look at it when? Or they can see it when they look at the book to see what your interests are and see whether or not they think it is correct.
Yes, this is something you could be interested in. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the what is the minimum value that something has to be before you need to write it in the book? I'm just curious as to whether or not David Lammy's going to need to put in Space Marine 2.
I think what I do know is that if it's above $5,000, you have to specify the amount. But if it's less, you can say an amount.
You can ballpark it.
Yeah, you can ballpark it basically.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, Ubisoft, if you're listening, I don't want more Assassin's Creed games. I'm fucking sick of them.
I'm afraid that's all we know how to make, and even then.
So
there wasn't a single hay bale in that Star Wars one. It's fine.
Yeah, in the same interview, by the way, Lisa Nandy had a different but similar excuse where she said, well, because MPs cannot declare clothes on expenses, that means we will simply have to take free stuff when it's offered to us.
You are paid! Even if you're a bog standard backbench MP, you are paid the best part of $90,000 a year. Shut the fuck up!
Yeah. I'm expected to be clothed, and I need to do that with my fucking wages, so go fuck yourself.
Yeah, if you go to tmail.com/praxiscast, you can find, cloth sacks with our logo on it for very reasonable prices.
You
can wear them in the House of Commons.
Checking the podcast email, and it seems a government contract has just come in.
Yeah, please do buy multiple shirts every month because they're going to cut my benefits in the fucking budget. So,
cunt. One of my favourite ones in the same vein, by the way, was Angela Rayner, who they also trotted out, who had a similar line to, but a little addition to Lisa Nandy, saying, well, all MPs take stuff, and that's just always how it's been done, so it's fine, actually. But actually, I'm from a working class background, so it's more important for me to take shit than other people.
You are in government! You signed laws into
You're the
effect.
Deputy Prime Minister.
What the fuck, man? You are no longer working class. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, I know Starmer's paid something like 165. She must be on 120, 140k a year, but no, she simply has
easy peasy, comfortably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You
I
could
was
on-
I was working class when I was growing up. I'm not now, but I was then. So now I need to take all the fucking pairs of fucking trainers I can get my hands on.
Yeah. She did also have in a different interview have a different excuse, which I also like very much. I think that was in that Guardian piece, that interview where she was just like incredibly not mad about the whole thing. Where the different excuse was, yes, I took a whole bunch of clothes. It's fine actually, but I donated some other clothes to charity, so it balances out.
Like it is phenomenal hearing the single worst excuses for any kind of like this is such a we always talk about how British politics is just American politics, but even more low stakes. Like this should not be a scandal, but because these people are so fucking completely self-obsessed, they cannot take the tiniest bit of a hint that maybe you should get some of the snouts out the trough for 5 minutes to actually go, yeah, you all do have a point. Because do we need to, like, what, in the last 15 years, the fucking expenses scandal, massive fucking scandal, and now you're back at it again, but this time, because you write it down in the big book of actually it's fine, now we can't criticise you. Fuck off! Yes, we can.
But Alistair, it's simply it works different because like the afterlife for British MPs, like when they die, all their donated clothes get weighed against a big feather, and then they find out if they're going to the field of reeds.
Oh, fucking hell.
I mean, you could go the other way, which is what Darren Jones was trying, who simply stared into the camera and said, "I have simply no objection to how this all works." So, shut the fuck up. It's fine, actually.
Oh, man. It's...
That's put my mind at ease.
Like, what was that? What was that poll of the Kiss Numbers approval rating? It's like -30 now after like 2 or 3 months or however long we've had a Labour government. Like,
it'll go lower.gif.
Like,
yeah.
Who? Like, it is fascinating that we all knew that these guys were like just shitheads who would just whinge at the drop of a hat to journalists who had like basically political allegiances to them, and this is now that they're in office, like these people were meant to like portraying themselves as like competent communicators, able to get along with the people in the media, and yet the tiniest fucking hurdle they've gone, a free lunch, actually it's very good that I took the free lunch and I will not be taking any further questions, and then getting very annoyed when people keep insisting on asking further questions.
Yeah, I mean, you could, of course, give the West Reading answer to all of this, which is even more like unbearable than the Darren Jones thing of I'm fine about it, which is him. He simply said, well, the people who donate a lot of money to us are simply passionate about politics, and we love to see
like
it.
Which ones?
People give money to charity as well,
Yeah.
Yeah, which politics are they passionate about, Wesley? Which ones?
Oh, just any of it, all of it, some
whichever
of it.
fucking ones they tell him.
Yeah.
There was actually possibly a late entry. I think this was yesterday, but maybe my favorite. Having exhausted all other options, they decided to send Jess Phillips out to defend all this. I don't know if you saw this one. It's great because it's just distilled Jess Phillips. She said, actually, it's fine for us for everybody to get
gifts
and free shit because I, Jess Phillips, personally have not yet received a single email from one of my constituents about it. They just want me to get on with running the country.
I just the complete and total lack of moral compass, which like none of us had any illusions that they ever had one, but like. Just like,
can we just give a small shout out to the Angela Eagle interview about this as well?
Oh, I forgot to write this one down. What was that again?
One of the first ones, wasn't it?
No, we didn't mention that one.
We didn't mention
one of the first defences. Sorry,
it was one of the Yeah, it was great. Like, but the last Prime Minister, you wouldn't shut the fuck up about how it was terrible that he was like taking donations
wallpaper
and
and
spending money and wallpaper and all that shit. And why is that not important now? To which she responded with,
"Okay, you've had your rant."
oh yeah, fuck me.
It was so good. Oh, just the most fucking wet piss baby fucking stuff. They have no idea how to handle any of this, and it's so funny.
But the fucking, like, the sense of entitlement from these people is unbearable.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just...
This is what the media jihad was for. This is why Jeremy Corbyn had to be killed. For Taylor Swift tickets.
So they could... I mean, you know, I have some sympathy there, but for the rest of it, but, like... But
bit of wiggle room in the argument, is there?
So, like, and I was thinking about that. Basically, what this is like, there's just part of the whole project was, and there was this article. It was passed around like everywhere online. So I think like our listeners would have seen it. It was this article by one of the Guardian journalists who was just like, "Oh yeah, I was in all the secret meetings when they were plotting to overthrow Jeremy Corbyn. It was actually really fun, and you know, it was all really fun and good, and you know, it was all actually really clever to destroy you know a political project.
God forbid people have hobbies."
Well, because they've won. They're just like, oh no, we can just say the crimes now. Like, who the fuck's going to, you know, you're not going to stop us anymore. Go fuck yourselves. So, like, that Guardian article talks explicitly about, specifically Morgan McSweeney, how he was paid to set up, like, Labour Together by, like, 2 hedge fund donors, and, you know, how they worked that out from there. And part of it is just, like... What part of what they wanted was to keep their own snouts in the trough forever, but like just to make sure that there was, unlike we would have had on the Corbyn, that there is no separation, no membrane, no fucking cigarette paper between the ruling class, the people, you know, the donor class, and the lobbyists. Like that, it's all these people have just. So many of the people who've like also now been shoved into office as well either come from think tanks or they come from the business elite, or you know, these people.
Or they come from the lagoon.
None of them are ashamed anymore.
Fucking, Luke Akehurst.
Yeah, I mean, none of them are ashamed at all because this is just normal to them. And I think part of the reason why they're just like, well, why are you complaining? Is because they literally do not see why this pisses people off. They're just like, well, this is, you know, like, it's like being upset at somebody else for breathing for these people. It's like, well, why are you upset? I'm just breathing. It's like, this is normal.
Yeah, if we didn't get rid of that membrane, then you wouldn't be able to get Taylor Swift tickets to No Osmosis Jones.
I mean, there was also like that's obviously like, you know, we mainly talked about the obvious stuff, and you know, there's the big like that huge donation that Labour got like a month, like timed exactly so they wouldn't have to declare it until after the election was done. That 4.3 million hedge fund donation of like the hedge fund that's like involved in private healthcare and arms sales and, you know, all the delightful things that they want to visit upon this fucking country.
Yeah.
But the salient point, and then we'll wrap it up, like, for this, is there was a good piece. I mean, you know, Novara's taken some fucking dings in the last few weeks, you know, looking at you, Aaron fucking Bastani. But there was a good piece by Adam Ramsey, who writing for Novara. He wrote a longer piece, but it was about this. And also about, like, the other thing that we should also mention about, like, none of this is new. Like, there were a bunch of outlets. I know Open Democracy did, like, a long piece about, like, you know, Keir Starmer's love of freebies and all that shit, like, long before. But now, you know, we're allowed to know this when it no longer, electorally speaking, it no longer matters. But this is Adam Ramsey writing in Novara. Take the case of Jonathan Reynolds, Labour's business secretary. In June 2023, Reynolds and 2 senior staff went to Glastonbury as guests of YouTube, which is owned by Google, including accommodation and hospitality. Reynolds estimated his Glastonbury package for 2 was worth £3,377. To normal tickets for the festival were £335 each. So like he definitely got like the luxury package for free. Until then, so before Glastonbury, Labour was promising to increase the digital service tax from 2% to 10%, which would bring in billions from giants like Google and Facebook. Literally the day after the festival, it emerged that Reynolds had ditched the policy. Voters would have to get some more austerity instead.
Look, I've been to Glastonbury, and before I went, I thought that a tax rate of about 10% would have been about right. But afterwards, yeah, I definitely thought it could have been less. Should have been less than that. So I can see how
have voters considered paying for his Glastonbury tickets instead?
But this to me is like the salient point.
Maybe we could
which
have
is
a
like
whip
also...
round, send them to the Reading Festival, and maybe get 4% out of Google. I don't know.
Can we send Keir Starmer to Creamfields?
But yeah, the salient part of all this, which is like what these fucking Labour people, they either don't, I genuinely think most of them just don't see it, but this is how it works. So, quote again from the Novara piece. The corruption taking place here isn't directly transactional. Like, nobody's getting a suitcase full of money. Mm-hmm. Senior Labour politicians' careers are worth a lot more to them than the bribes they're taking. But the strategy is clearly effective, because it understands that humans are a lot more complex than simply getting a bag full of money. Like all gifts, luxury presents like the tickets to the posh bit of Glastonbury, or the exclusive box at the Derby, or the box at the Emirates, or whatever, or the premium suite at the Emirates with the gourmet food and the drinks come alongside it, are important rituals, powerful performances that induct people into Britain's governing class. And once they're there, they just become more malleable. It's not about like,
it also, like on the part of the MPs taking these
gifts.
It is a signal to capital and lobbyists at large that they are ready to do business.
That the government is open for the same thing as they are.
Yeah. Again, this is Jeremy Corbyn stopping Keir Starmer from taking I can't remember what it was. It was like a hundred.
It was Mishcon de Rea. He was going to get like
one.
a 10,000 quid a month side gig with Mishcon de Rea,
yeah.
and Corbyn said, "Yeah, I don't think so."
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, this is what the jihad was for, to stop this affront to everything that is good and right with being an MP from happening, from ever happening again.
Yeah, I mean it's. I want to talk some more about like what they actually talked about, and like the Reeve speech and the Starmer speech when I've had a bit more time to like mull them over. So like we'll maybe do that later, if I can be asked. But yeah,
I can give you the highlights if you want, just very quickly.
Sausages. Sausages.
Anyway, I think they'll just.
Flub.
Yeah. Anyway,
we especially love a flub when it's all any cunt's talking about.
Yeah, I love the pause. I love the way he corrected himself there as well. There was like literally no panic about it at all. It was just like the return of the hostages, and it's like, yeah, maybe at least sound like you realise you've made a mistake there. He was reading it exactly like that was how it was written on the auto cue. It was bizarre.
His disc
like
skipped.
It said, the auto cue said sausages, pause for applause, hostages.
Fucking Anchorman bit, but a Labour Party conference.
Yeah. Anyway, we shall do so comment or Commentariat, and then, leave you alone.
Okay.
Yeah. Labour advisers will now be fearing the worst, that their election wiener will continue to be grilled about whether his administration really has the ability to turn Britain around and make the right calls. I feel like they lost the thread a little bit there, like in the back half, but...
Yeah.
Is that comment or Commentariat?
Look, they were trying. I feel like that's a decent comment or a shitty Commentariat. So I'm gonna say comment.
Yeah, comment.
No, that's Commentariat.
Yeah, that was Christian Calgi in the Express. Sausage Howler wasn't most humiliating thing about Starmer's speech. I saw it for myself. I also don't imagine that Lammy's spiteful decision to halt some arms exports to Israel, seemingly to appease the pro-Palestine / Hamas headbangers in his party, would have gone down too well with sections of the Spurs crowd either, which might explain the need for tight security. He was lucky not to be pelted with bagels. Is that comment or commentary?
Oh my God.
That is Commentariat, 100%.
Yeah, that's got to be commentary.
Yeah, that has that delightful mix of like, anti-Semitism, but it's good. That can only come from the Commentariat. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fan favourite Richard Littlejohn in the Daily Mail.
For
There
fuck's
we go.
sake.
Little short on TV references for my liking, but
Yeah, you know what I mean? Well, he got a cultural reference into the headline, which was, Starmer's got his snout plunged deep in so many troughs he'd be nailed on to win next year's British Bog Snorkeling Championships.
Oh, fuck off.
Because when you're eating from a trough, you wear a snorkel, right? That's how that works.
that's
What is
that's
this a
how I like.
cultural touchstone that has just passed me by completely?
Well, we have Bog Snorkeling Championships, don't we? I
Do we?
Do we?
think so. Sure, I've heard of them before.
Well, before today.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, not since fucking, probably fucking 20 years at least, but it's Richard Littlejohn, isn't it? So what do you want?
I hope he brought that up in America and someone swirled him and asked him, is this what you mean?
All right, next one. The claim that without such law, Britain would no longer have human rights is absurd. Britain invented political liberty based on the common law and the idea that everything was broadly permitted unless expressly prohibited. By contrast, codifying rights inevitably means constraining liberty. The notion, beloved of human rights advocates, that human rights law and international courts deter tyrants and bring them to justice is clearly a fantasy. Russia's President Putin, Syria's President Assad, and China's President Xi are hardly bothered by such considerations. Instead, the entire human rights establishment has turned against Israel, the one democracy in the Middle East,
Oh my God.
which it singles out for double standards,
for fuck's sake.
demonization, falsehoods, bullying, and harassment in a campaign of delegitimization waged against no other country in the world. Is that comment or commentariat?
Commentariat.
That's
Luke
shut the
Akehurst.
fuck up. Yeah, that's Commentariat for sure.
Is that the egg?
No, that was Shooter's Muse Melanie Phillips in the Times.
Ah.
Human rights culture has eroded our freedoms.
Human rights culture. Yeah, I wish
Yeah.
humans had no rights.
What? No, I dare not even ask what human rights culture is.
That way
Let's-
madness lies.
Yeah, no, we've learned our lesson about defining terms on this podcast.
Yeah, we never do it.
Comment.
Well, we already know
already
what the
told you
answer
it was-
is, so...
Yeah, I already told you it was commentariat, so...
Oh,
You
okay.
still
Well,
got
then
it wrong. Impressive.
You still got it wrong, yeah, well done, Rob. The secret of comedy is timing. The Chancellor yesterday announced an end to trickle-down and trickle-out economics, but the clunky choice of words suggested she didn't dare openly say what she really meant, namely that Thatcherism and globalisation are dead and Britain is returning to socialism. Is that comment or commentariat?
Comment.
Yeah, comment. I think, yeah. Comment.
Yeah, comment.
That was Sherelle Jacobs in the Telegraph.
Oh my God. Was that all
Labs-
commentariat?
Labour will soon be consumed by the left-wing blob it gave birth to.
Ugh.
Oh, I've got one more.
I love giving birth to blobs. That's my favourite thing.
I've given up on Sainsbury's mince because it's vacuum-packed mush now. I get much better quality meat, wrapped in paper, from a local butcher, so that's where my custom's going. Is that comment or commentariat?
Oh, fuck it. Commentariat.
Comment.
Is that? Yeah, I was going to say, is that Giles Corrin?
I'm saying
That was a comment in the
Yes!
comment in the Daily Mail. Shoppers' fury over flimsy covers replacing plastic lids on Tesco hummus pots.
Oh.
all the important
Thank
issues
God
of the
for
day.
journalism.
No.
Yeah. Anyone who listens to this podcast,
They were
can
literally
definitely come-
basing that off like a tweet, I think, as well.
Yeah, anyone who listens to this podcast definitely comes away more informed than before they started listening to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck that, and fuck you.
Yeah, that's enough hijinks for one
Patreon.com
night.
Patreon.com/PraxisCast will get you 2 bonus episodes a month, a whole 2 for just a $5.
Yeah.
Praxiscast.tmail.com for your merch, and maybe there will be a stream this week. Maybe, possibly. Jamie, how's your fucking decrepit body?
It's a shambles, but you know what I mean. We can do something, I'm sure.
Oh God. Okay. Okay. Come
If your
watch me
fucking
hate
body doesn't
puzzles.
betray you and blow out your ears again.
So twitch.tv/PraxisCast about 7:30 on Thursday if the episode is out. If not, you missed it. Oh well. Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
We all want low tax.